Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Confused and Focused Talks with Lekeisha. And we're having a great conversation today. I'm so excited that you're here. My name is Lekeisha, and I'm definitely excited for us to have this amazing conversation to understand when you're being stuck and how you can go into being unstuck. Definitely, this conversation today is going to be impactful and definitely it's going to be needed for each and every one of us. I have an amazing special guest, and we're going to be talking about all things on understanding how to be empowering for through mentorship. So it's important for us to be able to have mentorship, and understand how mentorship is important for each and every one of us and how it's impactful for our lives. A lot of times you go through life by yourself and you don't have someone to come to tell you how to really go to the next level. Well, I have someone that's definitely going to be able to share how we're able to do that and be impactful. This is the amazing celebrity stunt coordinator, April Weeden. We're going to have a conversations on mentorship, how to persevere, and how to definitely move forward ahead in the year of 2024. She's going to be telling us a lot of things when it comes to her amazing gift wrapping of stunt coordinating and definitely being a great, great mentor and definitely supporting our U.S. veterans. You already know that's a passion of mine. Definitely, let's get into it, family. I want you to begin to share this amazing platform with someone and tell someone else that they need to come in this conversation, how they can be impactful, understanding mentorship. I definitely believe that you are going to resonate with it, family. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I really appreciate every one of you. Remember, share, and definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. Looking forward to connecting with you soon, family. Let's go. Greetings, greetings. How
Hi,
are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me. Thanks for even thinking of me to be on here with you. I really appreciate you, Lekeisha, Queen Lekeisha.
Absolutely. It's truly an honor. I'm just thankful that you set time, dress definitely to come on and Confuse the Focus Talks with Lekeisha. Honestly, it's really an honor for each and every one of us. I know this conversation is going to be impactful and we definitely going to need to hear your words of wisdom, but we want to hear a little bit about yourself and definitely what is going on with you moving forward ahead. Floor is yours.
Well, I am April Weeden, also known as April Weeden White. My stage name is April Weeden. April Weeden White, my husband, Bishop John White. So I go by April Weeden White when I'm in the first lady category, and on stunts and for the entertainment field, then I am April Weeden. It makes it, easier that way. I've been in the industry now since I was 3 years old, and I bought my mom a car when I was 3 years old. So she's the one that put me in the entertainment field. She did that. And I don't know, we never really got a chance to speak on it, talk about it, or even converse in any kind of way. She never said, "You will be in the entertainment field. This is what you're going to do." She just kind of put me in it, took me on auditions. I landed a lot of roles at a very young age, and I bought her a car when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And she was just a blessing as a single mother raising me all by herself. My father is jazz musician, Paul Weeden Sr., and he's a jazz musician, played with Count Basie, Sarah Vaughan. He's traveled all over the world and he's written a lot of music. And I come from a very musical family in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I come from a family of educators on my mother's side: doctors, lawyers, teachers, nurses, philanthropists. And now we've got a younger generation of entrepreneurs that are coming up in my father's side of the family. I've been stunt coordinating now since the 90s. I started off stunt coordinating. Whereas some people, they don't get into stunt coordinating, until their 10th year. But my ex-husband, rest in peace, William Washington, was my mentor. He taught me everything I knew about the industry, everything. And we were a perfect team, and we built an amazing empire together during the time that we were together. And even after, we still worked with one another. William Washington was one of the first African American stunt coordinators, second unit directors. And he told me, he said, he told me, "You are a stunt coordinator." I'm like, okay. I didn't really want the responsibility, But moving forward 30 years later, I see why he was saying that, because there was going to be a need where they actually wanted to hire women of color to be stunt coordinators. And I was right by his side the entire time. And yeah, so that's how I got started in stunts. And then when it comes to my husband being married to a pastor, I've never dated a pastor, ever. So I was very nervous, very scared. Um, it just was new territory for me. So I am a first lady. I love what I do. And unbeknownst to me, when I talk to some of my best friends, Queen Lekeisha, you know what they say to me? That my mother was training me to be a first lady. I was like, okay, could she have given me that memo and told me what to do? Because I did not know how to be a first lady. So that's a little bit about me. And I will be a published author, someday soon when everything works its way out. And that's a little bit about me.
Wow, I really love this. Honestly, just your career, starting at a very young age, this was in your blood, and it's just really impactful, really
Yes.
just to have that.
Oh my gosh. I just closed my eyes and I remember my mother taking me on auditions at a very young age. And I remember her leaving out in the rain in the mornings to go to work because she was a special ed teacher. And then coming from a very musical family, I'm in California. Most of them are in Cleveland. So I was kind of like in California by myself doing the whole entertainment thing. And God just had his hands on me. He had his hands on me to do what I needed to do to make it.
Well, I really believe that. Honestly, I believe that, God really does really just hold our hand and just make sure that we go to the next point. And, he just needs our yes. So,
Yes.
wow, that was impactful. I really appreciate that. So, you already know I really have some amazing questions just to ask you because I believe it's going to be right on target for what you are doing today. And definitely, I know this is going to be something that you're going to resonate with. Okay, so the first question that we have, being a supportive wife and business partner with your husband and church community, how are you able to stay inspired and motivated with your roles?
Well, when I first became a first lady, it was very difficult for me because I was put in a position that was uncharted territory for me. I wasn't familiar with being a first lady. I came up in church, the latter part during my career with Pastor Andre Crouch at a church called New Christ Memorial Church of God in Christ in Pacoima, California. And I was very nervous about becoming a first lady. I was very scared. Yes, I was very scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. One of my aunts, Aunt Evelyn Jackson, she took me to the side and she said, "Be you." That was some of the best advice, Queen Lekeisha, that I could have ever received was be yourself. So that's when it was like, breathe, just be myself. And that's what I think has really helped me in being a first lady, um, was just to really embrace the fact that I am who I am and I do what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's impactful. Just to be yourself, that takes a minute just to get there,
Oh my
you
Lord.
know?
Hmm. I was
Wow.
nervous. I was so scared. I'm like, well, what are people going to think about me? I'm a sinner. I was sinned and I fell short of the glory of God. And I haven't always been a saint, still not, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm not perfect, but it was just different. And I commend every woman that is married to a pastor and wives, wives that are supportive of their husbands. And you take a back seat, and honey, I really don't mind. I don't have to be up there being the one. Sometimes that has to take a back seat. And I don't really look at it as a back seat. I'm actually sitting next to him as his partner. And our relationship is amazing. He's an amazing man. He teaches me so much. And now I'm mentoring him. He's an actor in Hollywood. He's been in This Is Us, Baskets, the Food Network. He's established relationships with casting directors. And anyone that I mentor, I always tell them, you want to be that one that people are going to remember you, and they're going to remember you for you. So just be you. Don't try to be anything else but you. And I think people go into this business, especially in the entertainment field, of wanting to be what they think people want them to be. No, be you. in the character that you're going to be. And in stunts, you have to train, multiple training with bow staffing and with fighting, martial arts, scuba diving, horseback riding, just fighting, everything. You need to know the basics. And also, stunt driving is so important. And what I'm happy about is that all the years that I was in the stunt industry and all that work I did behind the scenes to make things better in those boardrooms, bringing awareness to diversification and the need for diversity, and the queens that came before me, Tony Vaz, who opened the door for me, LaFay Baker, Kim Washington, JD David, the list goes on and on and on. And I think in mentorship, Queen, a lot of people don't study the craft of what they're about to enter into. If you want to be a stunt, I have chills on every inch of my body right now. Thank you, Holy Spirit. If you want to be in the stunt industry, you need to know who Hal Needham is. You need to know who Donna Keegan is, Tony Vaz, all these different people. You need to know what you're getting into and train. And in every area that you're training, become an expert enough that when you get on set, you're an all around stunt person. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I love it. You have some amazing supporters. Champion Yarn, we have African Royal. She said, be yourself.
Yes. I love
Yes.
her. She's so amazing. Hi, Ursula.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And, you have another person that's out. Actually, African Royal said the same thing. She said, education is important. So she
Oh,
resonated with that.
yes. And there's so many opportunities out here now. When I was, you know, really going hard at my career, we didn't have social media the way that it is. I literally would get the drama log, Backstage West. I had emails, I had reference letters. I mean, I did all of that on either the computer or I was hustling. We call it hustling, where you actually have to go to the studios. But when 9/11 happened, all that got shut down. So when 9/11 happened, we could no longer just walk into the studio. And then social media slowly kept taking off and taking off. And yeah, back then we had MySpace, and that was about it, I think.
That is something, when things change in your life, your normal really just get interrupted. It's something you have to stay adjusted to. It really is a mindful change
Yes, it
that
is.
happens. Wow,
I
that's
thank God
amazing.
now for the opportunity that all these young up and coming stunt performers are afforded. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy that I was a part of a group of Black stunt men and women that were able to break a couple of myths, a lot of myths, and now they're reaping the benefits of them. A lot of them are starting off at salaries of $350,000 a year. They're buying homes, they're thriving, they're doing well. For me, it makes me feel really good. I feel really good to know that I had an impact in this industry and was able for them now to just fly, just do what you do, just do what you do. We still have some barriers to break and some things to happen and awareness to happen, but I'm grateful and thankful to where our Latino and, Asian American and Black stunt performers of color, where they've all come to now. I'm so grateful.
Yes, I'm grateful too. You have so many other people that are just chiming in, just really understanding and resonating with it. Of course, we have Queen Val, the voice.
Hi, Val the
He
boy.
says
Hi.
300K to start the stunts. Say what?
Yes, that's if you have
Yes.
trained, if you have put in the work, and if you have really, really done what you need to do, and you pay attention and you listen. Yes, you can start at that level. I had a plan 818, and then I changed that number. Now it's 888. My goal when I teach my mentors is that you're gonna do 8 feature films, 8 television shows, and 8 national network commercials a year so that you will have income for the next 2 to 3 years. I'm going to tell you a quick story about my mentor, Monique Lisa, who is also my writing coach, and Delano A. Johnson. Shout out to the House of Creativity. Delano A. Johnson and Monique Lisa are very instrumental in my life, and I've actually given her the rights to write my life story with me as well as just be that impact of a Christian woman that means so much to me, a sister. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about her daughter. I was working on a film called Humanity. It's won like 9 awards now. And God blessed everyone that worked on that project. I really appreciated working on that because I was able to afford a lot of opportunities to people. Okay, so Monique Lisa's daughter, Imaya Riley, I needed somebody to play a role and also be my stunt double. And so I said, Amaya, do you do bow staffing? She said, not really. Do you know that young lady went out and learned bow staffing in less than 10 minutes by her brother? That's the tenacity in this industry that you have to have. If you cannot do it, don't say you can, but work on it when, whatever it is you cannot do. But don't tell a stunt coordinator or a director or a producer what you can do and you cannot. Make sure you can do it and come through. Yeah. I just wanted to
Oh
tell that
yeah.
story.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We're going to keep this going because this is really, truly what we need. Honestly, we need to know how we can really persevere and do the right thing and just be able to stay on
Yeah,
target and trust ourselves.
and
Oh, I
don't
love
give
it.
up. I mean, my photos set on, the desk of a particular stunt organization for 10 years before I was even called in to do a stunt. But during that time, I just prayed and I said, Lord, one day you're going to open the doors for me. And they opened on a film called Presidio with Sean Connery. And then I met my ex husband, William Washington. And he just took me under his wings. And the next thing I knew, I was traveling all over the world. I was stunt coordinating with him, and just I became a professional barrel racer. I didn't ride horses as a young child. I rode sometimes, but I really got into it, joined the National, Barrel Racing Association, the Professional Barrel Racing Association, and really got into horses. Yeah, really got into it.
Wow.
Bill Pickett Rodeo. Yeah.
That's amazing. Just to even get into that, honestly, that part of the journey was needed. I believe that landed. That was a reason why that was needed to happen at that time.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah, for sure.
I really felt that. Wow. So we're gonna go into the next question. I know I popped it up way too soon because we were still talking.
No, no, no,
Gosh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yes. So I wanted to say this one. What is your mentorship? What does your mentorship play in the work that, as a work first lady?
My mentorship as a first lady is very, 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 very important. Um, a lot of times people will come into church broken and they feel like they just can't make it. And so for me, it's been that type of mentorship along with my husband where we give people hope, where we teach them the scriptures. A lot of times they come in, they already know scriptures, but they may have, not been going to church or not doing a lot of the things that they wanted to do or should do. So I have exercises oftentimes that I send them through, and it's where are you? Where do you want to be? And what are you going to do to get there? And then I have them take their left hand if they're right handed, and vice versa. And I'll have them draw a photo of them if they're right handed, how they're feeling now with their left hand. And with their right hand, I'll have them just draw a regular picture, and you would be amazed at what this exercise does. And then oftentimes I'll do vision board classes, and we bring in speakers, and then of course my husband speaks and I'll speak. So that's, and then a lot of our members have gone on to being professional speakers now. They're actually out speaking, traveling around the world, all over the world.
Wow. I feel like that's a part of the journey, just to have each piece at a time and it just builds up, for the next step,
Yes,
But if you didn't have the step before, you wouldn't be ready for the next one.
right. You have to have a vision. You better have
Yes.
a vision. And it may not
Yes.
come when you want it to come, but trust and believe. I mean, I hope it's an inspiration to somebody to know that my picture sat on a desk for 10 years before I even got in the door, and I never gave up. But I knew one day God was going to make a way. And I used to get teased sometime by people, "Oh, you think you're all that, and, you're in all these plays, and you're in theater, and you're doing this, and you're doing that." And, I've been a showgirl in Atlantic City. I've traveled all over the world with the Black Ballet Jazz Company under the direction of Chester Whitmore. We were an experiment for UCLA, and we taught the history of Black vernacular dance from early 1800s all the way up to, at that time, the 1990s. So I have a diverse background, and I really believe that that's why I'm in the position as a first lady, so that I can deal with anybody that comes my way. I judge no one. No one.
I feel that way. I believe that when we see that our journey in life, we're able to be humble and say,
Yes.
hey, no, I know I was where you were at. I promise you.
Yes.
Let's
I
go to the journey. Love
yes.
the journey.
Yeah, I have stories. Let's share.
Yes, absolutely. Wow, wow. We have another question. We're going to keep it going. Wow, this is great. Wow. The next question: how are you able to stay centered and with clarity?
I'm able to stay centered and with clarity through God. The Holy Spirit speaks to me on a regular basis. And I do mean on a regular basis. Don't go there. Don't do that. Don't talk to that person. Talk to that person. Um, Something as simple as going to the store and getting something that I might need for my body. Like, I have had multiple injuries being a professional stunt performer, as you may well know, being over 400 feature films, television shows, and commercials. And so the other day, my bones were feeling a little achy. And I just said, let me sit down and be still. So this is how I center myself to answer the question. I center myself. I'm still, no TV, no nothing. No one's around me. And I hear from God what I should be doing. Like before I did the interview today, I took a walk, and I do that regularly, sometimes 45 minutes or 10 minutes at a time. And I get out and I look at the sky, and I look at the trees, and I look at the birds, and I hear the various sounds of the birds. And so that's how I'm able to stay centered, is being in touch with nature, uh, being quiet, being still.
Wow. Being still. I love it. Wow. This is, you already know who just came into the room today.
That.
We have our amazing queen, Monique Lisa
Hi, Monique
Johnson, here
Lisa.
with us.
We love you. We love
Yes.
you dearly. We're praying for you. We love you.
Yes, we truly love you. And she said, one of the greatest to ever do it. We love you, Queen April.
Thank you so much. She's such a huge supporter and encourager in my life. And I thank God for having met her, and Delano A. Johnson. I thank the Lord.
Yes. Right on time. I feel that God places the people in your life right on time when you truly need them.
Yes. And when you're feeling alone, or you feel like what you've done haven't made strides in any industry, or even in church, if you feel like you haven't made stride, just keep serving, keep living, keep doing, keep being, keep those goals and aspirations that you have. Journal often as need be. I journal in my notes on my phone. I journal. I have journals everywhere. Like if I could pull them up right now, you'd be like, whoa. It's a lot. But it's important to get in touch with what we are trying to accomplish in life through writing. I believe that.
Yes, journaling is a passion of mine. I remember journaling before I even knew that that was a thing for everybody. Dude, I thought that was just me and God. This is God. I have a question. I just don't know. I just need to write
How
down.
old were
Only the
how
truth.
old were you when you started journaling? Do you
Oh,
remember how old you were?
yes, I was journaling at the age of 7.
7? Okay. That's your earliest. My earliest
Early
was
7
9.
years.
9. So 7 for you?
Yes, 7. It was just elementary school age, and just going through, just not really liking myself because I thought I was different.
Oh,
I thought I was the odd one. Like
mhm,
nobody looked like me. I was just different. And I said, God, it's just me and you. I just don't know who I am,
mhm.
and just needed to feel loved, and
Yes,
he was the only one that could hear me,
that's
you
awesome.
know. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I love this. I love this. We're going to keep this going because I believe that others are feeling this amazing encouragement and through the wisdom of Miss April Weeden that she has to share with each and every
Yeah.
one of us. So we're going to keep it going. We have another question here.
Okay, sure.
Yes. So in this one, how are you able to keep your voice and be heard?
How am I able to keep my voice and be heard? Um, I'm heard in the quiet places and spaces. I'm one of those that I like to have direct contact with whomever I need to have direct contact, and not everybody needs to know. I'm kind of like a secret agent. I show up when I need to show up, and I disappear when I need to disappear. I don't believe that everyone needs to know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that answers the question.
Oh, it answers my question. I tell you, you have our amazing King Wise. He said, he said what he said.
Hi,
Okay,
King
you
One.
got I started age 49. And then he also says, yeah, I think he was coming on. I started age 7, but I didn't know it my name. I wrote how I felt. That was
Oh,
Queen Monique.
so he was who was 7? Queen
This
Monique was
one
7?
was Queen Monique was 7. She was the same way as me. But she said I
Okay.
did not know my name. I wrote how I felt.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awesome. She's an
I
amazing
absolutely.
writer, amazing coach. Amazing.
Yes, she is. Wow. We have another question. We're gonna keep it going. How are you balance how do you balance your responsibilities as a first lady with your other professional endeavors?
Well, I was showing Queen Lakeisha. Let me pull this out. I keep my bag packed. I never know where my husband's saying we're going or what we're going to do because we have 6 ministries all over the world. Plus, we do missions work. I keep this packed. Okay, this right here stays packed. I also have what's called a jump bag. I also have a suitcase. The suitcase stays packed. I don't unpack it because I never know. He's gonna say, "Oh, we gotta go. We're going to Chicago." I'm like, "We're going what?" He's like, "Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow." Oh, 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh. So I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. That's my advice. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's just what I do. Jump
I
bag,
love it.
makeup bag, and a suitcase. Yeah, and I'm ready to go. I don't want to make
I
him
can
wait. I
resonate
don't
with
want to
that.
make him wait, Queen Lakeisha. I don't want to make him wait.
Oh, wow. Timing. I know that's right. It's all about timing, and definitely make sure you get to the next station. Definitely if the flight is going to happen, you don't have time. You have to make sure you're ready and
Girl,
prepared.
girl. It used to be where I'm like, okay, I know I'm leaving on March 16th, so let me, get ready. No, I stay ready. Mm, Lord Jesus. It was an adjustment. It was a huge adjustment. Huge, but I'm good now.
Absolutely. Ooh, I know it. Momentum. We just keep it going. Make
Mhm.
sure we're prepared at all times. King
Yes,
Wise says, "Stay ready, so I don't have to get ready."
that's right. That's right. And if you have everything packed, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I also have a backpack. I have a backpack that I keep packed and it's got extension cords in it. It's got extra cords in it. It's got pens and pencils and markers and I like to color. I like to draw and that centers me also and I love to color. I love to draw and it just takes my mind someplace else. And I love to read. I just love those things. I keep my journal in there so I can journal while I'm gone, stuff like that.
Yes, I love it. That's therapeutic. Honestly, I feel that it takes you to a whole nother level of
Mhm,
creativity. It
mhm.
really is.
And I'm not
I,
always up. I get down sometimes, like where I'm not feeling quite that good. And that's where my prayer life comes in. Yeah.
yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is truly amazing. Honestly, guess who just came into the
Who's that?
room?
Who's that?
We got a Queen Jill Collins here with us.
Hi,
And she
Jill.
said, I love you, the
Hi. I
Queen.
love her too. Hi, sweetie. Hi,
Yes, she
Jill
said,
Collins, Queen Jill Collins.
yes. She said, two amazing queens here. So excited to hear from you both. Truly appreciate you. Wow, wow, wow. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. We have another question here. Let's see. How do you balance the role as a stunt coordinator with your passion for mentoring?
Oh, I absolutely love mentoring. And so for me, it's been easy. And it's been something that I've actually been doing since I was very young. I've always been that one that I would go around the neighborhood and I'd knock on the door and say, "Hey, you have any children? I want them to come to church with me." I was like this happy go lucky little girl. So mentorship for me started very young. And in stunt coordinating, what I've done is I've brought along Wes Lopez as a stunt coordinator. And then he's an amazing stunt man and stunt coordinator and father. And when people want my knowledge and they really show me that it's something that they want to do, and if I have a project that they can be on, I'm more than happy. I gave up a day on a television show so that he could get stunt coordinating credit, but I still was on set and was showing him exactly what to do. But I wanted to make sure that he got paid. I wanted to make sure that he got residuals, and I wanted to make sure that his family was okay. And I take mentoring very seriously. And I wanted to read something to you. Mentorship maps out a clear path for decisions you're about to make for your future. Mentorship opens your mind to see opportunities hidden, sometimes behind opposition. Mentorship helps to stabilize your emotions as you won't embrace an enemy. And I'm going to reread this: pretending to be a friend. Hear me clearly. Mentorship opens your mind to see opportunities hidden, sometimes behind opposition. Mentorship helps to stabilize your emotions so you won't embrace an enemy pretending to be a friend. And I have a couple of others, but I just wanted to chime in with that for a second.
Oh, yes. Listen, you can always know you can keep it going. I love the words of wisdom. We all do. Definitely, that was needed right at this time. Wow. We are really wanting to definitely deep dive into mentorship, honestly. And a lot of us need just to know how to have that. And definitely, we're
Yes.
going to receive this right now.
Yes. And you know what? The mentor oftentimes becomes the mentee. I have situations now because there's so much new technology. There's so much that's going on that I embrace when I have people who know more than me now, being around me we can work together. And I just love when someone you've been mentoring now has been elevated to a point where they can also mentor me. They can mentor me.
Yes. Wow. I resonate with that. Definitely I have my young kings,
Yeah.
they're at the age where they're mentoring me in some
I
things
love
because
it.
I just know,
Mhm.
and they're just like, no, I think this is a great place you should go, mom. You should do
Yes.
this. I said,
Yes.
wow, that was interesting.
Yes. That's
Thank you.
beautiful that you have that relationship with your
Yes.
son.
Yeah.
It's so important because a lot of times children, especially depending on what age group that they're in, and now with social media, sometimes it's hard to tap into them if you're not doing TikTok or, something like that, then you can't communicate. So I think it's beautiful that you have that relationship with your sons. That's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm thankful. I'm
Mhm.
thankful that they want to, they're in college. I'm thankful that they want to come home and actually eat a meal at the house and then go back and do what they
Oh,
need to do. And, they make a stop here and say, hey, we love you. Just wanted to say that.
oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah, that's needed. Ooh,
Yes, yes.
love it. We're going to keep it going. We got another question for you.
Okay.
We have here, what inspires you to become involved in supporting U.S. veterans?
Oh, veterans are my heart. That's my heart. We can't, well, I'm just going to speak for myself. I didn't want to question God, but the Lord put in my heart to take care of veterans. And so right now I'm housing only one veteran, and I've been housing him probably 3 years. And then I housed another young lady who had just come back from the war, and she got blown up in a tank. And she had 3 children. It brings tears to my eyes. I'm trying not to cry. And all 3 of her children and her were living in a car when she came back. and they had no resources and they had nothing. So I made it possible for them to stay in one of the facilities that I own. And to see her now owning her own home and all of her children graduating, it just makes me feel good. And then I'm going to tell you the pajama story about Joe, a veteran producer, makes beats, amazing poet, awesome guitars. He didn't want to come to church. And I'm like, Joe, why don't you want to come to church? Now, mind you, he's newly home and he's living on the street and he's homeless. He said, Miss April, I don't want to come to church because I like wearing pajamas. I said, okay. I made an announcement. I said, from now on, anybody who wants to wear pajamas at church, you're more than welcome to wear pajamas at church. And next Sunday is pajama day. Yeah. And I'm finding that the veterans that we do work with, and we find them while we're out feeding, my husband goes into the trenches. He goes places I don't go. And we were talking about this, Queen Lekeisha. What are their names? What is your name? And I've learned in the past 12 years of dealing with veterans how to spot them. I know how to spot them. I know the brokenness. I know what they're feeling. And usually they stay in a general area. They don't go too far from that area of comfortability. They're clean. A lot of them are very clean, even though they're homeless. They don't miss their training. A lot of them still have their, the backpack,
Yes.
and the shoes, the boots.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So they're very, I'm just giving you some of the things that they're recognizable by. I love it. I love veterans, and I'm praying that the Lord gives me what he has shown me, which is a complete facility with a medical facility inside of it. There's two sides, and families can come in a communal area where they can visit the veterans, and then they transition out of the facility into their own housing, into their own place of dwelling. I want to have a thrift store where they're able to learn how to do whatever it is, communicating and whatever it is, a computer room. There's just so much in my head that I want to do. And the name of my nonprofit, which I've got to really work on, is called A Veteran's Heart. And I have a heart for veterans. Yeah.
That means so much to me, being a veteran, and, we stick together. We're a tribe. We don't go away from each other. We make sure that we all are supported in when we need help.
Leave no one behind. And I just want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you've done for our country. You're appreciated, you're needed, and you're wanted. And God is moving you into a place now where you're going to continue to help veterans.
Wow.
Yeah.
That means so much. Wow. That means so much. We're a community. I'm telling you, they're listening right now.
Hi, all the veterans. Woo-woo, we love you.
Yes.
We love you so much. We love you, and we're praying for you.
This is so amazing.
Appreciated.
Wow. Yes. We need to hear that. Because we will protect, because that's what we're supposed to do. So it's appreciated. It means a lot when we hear someone else appreciates us. What we do.
Thank God for all the veterans. I thank God. I every day, because where I live, I get to hear the stealth bomber go over and all the pilot planes. And I'm just thinking of like all the stuff, and living near an Air Force base, and, just knowing that there are people out there protecting me makes me happy.
Absolutely. Wow. With a smile on our face, because, that is an honor.
Makes me happy. I love veterans. I mean, I think there needs to be more of an awareness and more statistical information that is released so that people can really get a true understanding of the plight that our veterans feel when they come home from fighting or when they're on assignment. And they may not have even been in direct combat, as you know. They may have been, which I can't really talk about, but they may have been in positions that we will never know about, and they still need our support.
Yeah, we definitely need the support. PTSD is real.
Yes,
and we don't talk about it. But if you hear that and understand that, just to be there, just let us connect the way we connect, understand that when we know that you're here for us, we appreciate that.
And when you see a homeless veteran or you see a veteran on the street and you're able to recognize that and they really truly are veterans, be kind. Be kind to
Yes.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kindness,
Ooh.
kindness goes a long way. Just somebody
Yes.
saying, "Hey, what's your name? How are you today? Do you need anything?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We appreciate it. We truly do. We appreciate it. My goodness. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. Wow. We definitely have another amazing question to ask you. What specific skills and experiences from being a stunt coordinator provide your students and mentees for your mentorship?
Can you read that one more time?
Absolutely. What specific skills and experiences from being a stunt coordinator provide your students and mentees from your mentorship?
I also teach acting and I don't have my own children, foster children, but I do have a program where I teach acting to foster children. And it just gives me the opportunity to teach them what I've learned and what I know so that they can become better human beings in society, whether they decide to be an actor or an actress, they're going to be better human beings, I feel. And I just like to plant those seeds inside of them. And for the stunt performers, just being a catalyst for them to be able to move into the dimensions that are necessary for them to go where they need to go, do what they need to do. And when I mentor, you get full access to me. If I'm mentoring you, you have full access. So to answer the question, my wisdom and my knowledge is passed on to whomever I mentor if they choose to listen.
Yes.
That's important to have really good listening skills. I have a lot to teach. I have a lot that I teach. It's a lot. And if we could, everyone, if you know of any missing children, this is something that's also heavy on my heart. I have a godson that's missing right now, and we don't know where he is. We have a whole society of children right now that are being extremely rebellious, not all, some. And so please keep parents in prayer that their children don't go missing and that children really start to listen. And we have a huge problem in the foster care system, which is also a passion of mine. And we find them on the street, and sometimes all they want is food. And I think it's an atrocity, and we need to have some special bills in Congress and Senate. We need to do something about it. The president of the United States, whomever that's gonna be, or President Biden's in the office right now, need to have an awareness of this whole foster care system thing that's happening, and then being pushed and kicked out on the streets. So that's a passion of mine and something that we deal with as well. But I hope I answered the question.
No, that answered the question. It's a really great passion to have, definitely supporting, the lot of the foster care, systems that unfortunately, there is no support there. And we're not really able to really, connect, even after when they reach the age limit, and then are kicked out on the street,
Yes.
just really giving mentors and getting a support system for them to really begin to continue on, because that's a lot of pain.
And one thing that I'm liking what I'm seeing in the National Football League and the NFL and the NBA, what I'm seeing is a lot of our young men and women and in the WNBA and other organizations are starting to mentor more. And it makes my heart so happy to see the billions and millions of dollars that they're pouring back into cities. And, look at LeBron James and all that he's doing. And, all these other key people that are now giving back. They're actually giving back, and I think it's important. It's very important.
Yeah, I appreciate that they're playing it forward.
Yes,
Honestly, just being out there to support each and every one of us. For us to continue to move forward, using their time after they finish, their careers to actually give back to those that really need them.
yes, it's needed. Queen. It's needed, Queen Lekeisha. It's needed.
Absolutely. Wow. This is amazing. We have another question for you.
Sure.
Absolutely. Can you share a specific example of how you made a positive impact in your role, in your leadership role as a mentor?
I believe how I have made a positive impact in my mentorship role is when I look at television shows and read the credits and I see the number of stunt performers of color working, thriving, making money, living. We had so much that we had to do 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and now the doors are flying open for these particular stunt performers of color. And for me, it just makes me so happy and excited to see that the fight that we had to fight and the meetings that we had to take and the press conferences that we had to hold and just the things that we had to do behind the scenes now are paying off. It makes me really, 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 really happy. Really, 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 really happy.
That really makes me happy as well too. Someone that, looks like me, they're getting the roles that are needed to have, and be in a place, where we can actually be seen.
Yes.
Honestly, being
Yes.
seen is necessary.
Yes. To be seen. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're gonna keep it going. I
Okay.
have a question for you.
Sure.
What advice do you have for individuals who aspire to, to make a difference in their communities and have through your current platforms?
One more time, please.
Okay. What advice do you have for individuals who inspire to make a difference in their communities as you have in your current platforms?
I do a lot of behind the scenes work, and I believe that if you know how to work in a boardroom, I believe that if you know how to talk to your politicians in your local area and the community that you particularly live in, learn how to make a difference. If there's an app where you can anonymously uh, present situations, present those situations, and like where I live, they know my name, they know who I am, and we've actually partnered with public safety on a lot of issues to be able to make a difference. So if you really want to make a difference in your community, then you have to be active in a way where you may not necessarily want to be in the front and your name be known, but there's ways that you can walk into the city office. There's ways that you can go to public safety. You can go to the sheriff's department anonymously, and you can actually be an asset. If you don't like how your city is being run or your state is being run, don't just sit back and take it. Do something about it. And you can do it quietly or you can be loud. I myself choose to be quiet and move like a secret agent.
I love that. I love that. Honestly, just being able to continue to build in that way and just connect with our community, just to be able to, share our voice,
Yeah.
there
Town
is,
meetings,
yes,
town hall meetings.
yes, yes. And you build your community in a great passion that way, because there's authentic. They're able to hear your voice, able to hear the passions that you have, and able to connect really deep with you.
Yes, and if you know your mayor, if you can walk to your mayor, if you can walk to the various deputies of the cities or whatever, whomever, if you need to talk to somebody, then go talk to them. Make yourself known if you want to see some changes, make yourself known and go make those changes and let them know that you mean business and you're not playing. Ah.
Oh, wow. That is truly amazing. That was all of our questions that we had
Can
to
I
ask.
finish up on the mentorship makeovers?
Yes, please. We
Okay,
have,
so there are 5, and I've given you some, but mentorship keeps you focused on your purpose, helping you avoid pitfalls from the past. Number 5, mentorship creates connections you need to complete an assignment you have. Remember this: making mentorship an important part of your life will decrease stress and increase your success.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
It's rewarding, isn't it, Queen Lekeisha, to be
It
a
is.
mentor?
It truly is.
Don't
It
you
is the best
agree?
thing. It's the best thing ever, honestly, to be able to impact, someone and, begin to share your stories of
Yes.
how you escalated and
Mm.
how you maneuvered through all the challenges, they're going through, and they're
Yes.
able to receive information and
Yeah.
encouragement that they can build and move forward to do the same. I
They
love
they see the completed butterfly
Yes.
that was once in a cocoon. They see the rose that was once a bud, but they don't know the process. Always know that when a person has had a level of success in their life, they've been through some stuff. They may not tell you, they may not say, but the key thing is that we come out of it, through it all. I love Pastor Andre Crouch's song, Through It All. I learned to trust in Jesus. I learned to trust in God.
Absolutely. I love that, and be authentic with it. The good, bad, and ugly. I like to talk. Most
Yeah,
people good, but
yeah,
you carry all.
yeah. That's
Mhm.
good, Queen. That's good. Yeah,
It's so important.
it
You know,
is.
I love that. I really love that. How can we continue to persevere and actually do the things that we need to do, in our walk and in our life, and actually have a smile on our face, Queen April?
A lot of self care. I take hot baths. I'm a big proponent, for Epsom salt. Dr. Tills is my friend. All the hemp and lavender and different eucalyptus. I have candles with the eucalyptus in the tub. Um, Long walks. Water is so relaxing. If you can find water and just be at a lake and enjoy nature, get out and see some things. Don't just stay stuck up in the house in the same old place, doing the same old thing, getting the same old results. And if you need help, find a mentor, a genuine mentor, somebody that really cares about you. And you'll know when you found that right mentor, because your life will start to change. Um, you'll start to see doors open, things will manifest. And I go back to the vision board, and I go back to journaling. It's so important, and having a solid prayer life. Solid.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have all that together, I know that you will be able to reach your success that you desire, honestly.
And then
Yeah.
also too, I like talking with older women. I like women that are in their 80s, 90s even, because they have real stories to tell. And I want to know, how did you get to be 80? How did you get to be 90? I want to know. And I just pray for our youth. I pray for our young people that they reach up and reach to people that are older than them, that can really give them wisdom, knowledge, and discernment, teaching them about discernment, discerning spirits, and your feelings are real. Yeah, letting them know your feelings are real and you matter.
Yes, you matter. Wow. So before we end today and before we transition out, what is the last word of wisdom that you want to share with each and every one of us when we're talking about, mentorship and empowering through? How can we achieve all that we need to achieve in this year of 2024?
Don't give up. Don't give up. You may need to rest for a moment. You may need to regroup for a minute. You may need to take a break for a minute, but just don't give up. Just because a specific dream or something that you've been wanting or needing or, you know, aspiring to have and to do, don't give up. I know it sounds so cliche. And also let go and let God. let go. Let it go. Let it go. Do the work and let God step in. And my protection scripture that I like to follow is Psalms 91. When in your quiet time, read that. And when I'm going through a really difficult time in my life, I read Psalms 91 at 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, and before I go to bed. Also, sometimes people who are stuck, like if you're just stuck and you just don't know what to do with your life, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to want, allow yourself to say, hey, I'm more than okay. I'm more than okay. I'm a conqueror and I can do this. If you had told me that I would have accomplished the things that I've accomplished to date, all I could say is I knew I would, I knew I could, and I am because of the work that I put in. You got to put in the work. You got to, and don't give up. Put in the work and don't give up. Yeah.
That
Keep
was
God first. Yeah.
Yes, you have to keep God first. I love that. Like our amazing King Wise, that giving us 24 karat gold bars, definitely just right now. And, just giving us insight on how we can persevere and how we move forward. And I'm just appreciate you so much, Queen April Weeden.
Oh, I appreciate you too, Queen Lekeisha. I can't wait to meet you in person.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be very soon. It's going to be very soon.
Yeah, I'm thanking God. Prayerfully, we shall meet at the Power Networking Conference in North Carolina.
Absolutely.
In July, the second week of July, the Power Networking Conference. Yes.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. Listen, you have to let us know how we can stay connected with you and definitely how we can continue to move forward in your journey, Queen.
Well, the best way to stay connected with me is through my, DM in IG, Instagram. That's probably the best way right now until I can, put everything in place. But yeah, at official April Weeden.
Wow. Family. There it is. There it is. We have the amazing Queen April Weeden, and she is literally giving us so much amazing wisdom. We appreciate you so much, Queen April.
I love you. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. God is doing a new thing in your life. You will go to greater heights, and the Lord is going to continue to shine down upon you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so, so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything that you are. We're just so thankful. Family. We have our amazing Queen April Weeden White, and she is truly, truly a gift to each and every one of us. I'm thankful for her for sharing the stage on the Confused to Focus Talks with Lekeisha and just giving us amazing, encouraging words of wisdom and empowering and mentorship. Listen, if you don't have a mentor, if you are thinking about having one, definitely take some of this nuggets of jewels and take it into your grasp and definitely begin to persevere. Don't give up. Continue to strive to do those things and get in those amazing information that you need to move forward. Family, I just love this amazing connection we all had. Definitely make sure you connect with our amazing Queen April Weeden. Looking forward to seeing her again on Confused to Focus Talks with Lekeisha. Family, don't forget to subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel. Definitely connect with us on next Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another amazing conversation. Don't forget to grab your copy of Confused to Focus. Definitely looking forward to moving forward again, because I'm actually revamping my book, how to get unstuck, confused to focus talks. And I appreciate that conversation that we're going to have. Definitely make sure you grab your copy of what my latest book, even when we're going to revamp the other one. Don't forget this amazing manuscript of Soul Rockstar t-shirt. Make sure you grab your copy. Definitely on my website on LakeishaMosley.com, and definitely look forward to that conversation that we're going to have. I appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely making sure to taking time out on your talks with us today. This has been such a great, amazing conversation. Remember how we end the show. In all you do, lead with confidence, understanding, and love always, family. I appreciate each and every one of you. Looking forward to seeing you on next Thursday, family. Be blessed.